I don't love anybody.
You don't love anyone?
Except myself.
Come on.
But not from an ego point of view. No, I love my wife.
Come on.
Of course I love my wife.
She didn't hear you. The good thing that you
I don't follow any religion. I don't see the point. Because at the end of the day, the essence should be okay that everyone should agree. Not on. It's my first time here, right?
Yeah.
And I was actually blown away by just arguments between one side and the other about something to do with religion. 95% of these discussions here are about religion.
Actually, people they will argue about different things.
Yeah.
About politics.
Yeah,
But
here today it must be religion today because today's
yeah,
religion.
there are politics as well.
Yeah,
Some people
don't care about Palestinians or Arabs or fucking Israelis. That's their shit, right? Not to do with me. So,
are you from Ireland?
I am.
Okay. So there is a conflict happens between Ireland and UK.
And you know, that's fair enough. That I used to be very immersed in that, but healthily, not anymore. Can't do anything about it. Doesn't mean they were right. They were right in their vision. We were right in ours. They're not going to change. We're not going to change. And you just have to accept.
But there are always differences between the people.
Of course there are.
Here, these differences, that's why it's best to have a kind of a dialogue rather than to have arguments. A dialogue to discuss it, that's all.
Correct.
And that's what we are trying to do here. We're trying to have a dialogue.
I observed a lot of the dialogue was nobody was listening.
So here
We are
because
I'm not coming from a position of having my opinion of anything. I don't
even though, for example, I disagree with your opinion.
Yeah.
Here, it doesn't mean I hate you. I don't need to rule.
I don't hate you either.
We'll have kind of this
I
dialogue.
respect the fact that
For
you're
example, I believe that we should follow our religion. I believe we should follow Islam. We should follow the religion of Islam. That's what I believe.
Why should you follow religion? Not follow Islam. I don't want to hear about that now. Why should you follow religion?
my friend.
Thirdly, since there is God.
Says who?
This is my friend.
Says our existence.
Doesn't.
You don't exist?
I exist, but not from God.
Okay.
Right?
How do you come into existence?
If you believe, do you believe in what? Do you believe in Darwinism? Where did we come from? God didn't come along and just say, here you go, guys.
Darwin,
right?
he didn't say there is no God.
Yeah, and I don't believe that there may be a higher power, there may be this, there may be that. But at the end of the day, that's not going to control how I live my life.
I'm not talking about how you live your life. I'm talking about now the first concept, how we came into existence. Either this universe came into existence, its existence. How it came into existence. It never created itself by itself. It was in there always. So it was created by a creator. So it was created by a creator. So this creator, it's different because these are the things. Because either the universe created itself by itself, which means it has to pre-exist before existence. And that's contradiction. It's impossible. So it has to exist by a cause.
That is a human necessity to have answers to these questions. And there are loads of questions we have no answers to.
You see the book here in your hand.
Yeah.
This book, for example.
Yeah.
How it came into existence. Someone wrote it.
Someone wrote it, right?
So someone printed it. So you will never assume that it came into existence. The letters came together.
I'm not going to
understand.
But at the end of the day, right, the earth was flat because humans believed it for a very long time. Then discovered it wasn't flat. Totally changed their view of the actual So the humans had, within their capacity, they had... Anyway, okay. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too. All right, thank you.
How are you, my friend?
Okay.
Very good?
Good.
Yes, I like your new leaflets here.
You never know.
How are you? I'm not a fan. I'm very good. Very good. Yes, I've been doing a lot of researching, a lot of writing. I'm writing a book currently
About what?
on the reality of the world. So
Okay, interesting.
yes, I've got a contract to write one now. So I'm doing a lot on Islam. I'm going to do it's going to be a collection of maybe writing essays, and it's going to be a
Salam. How are you, bro?
essays about 2,000, 3,000 words each. Exactly. I think broaden the horizon.
Are you with her?
Anyway, sir, lovely talking to you.
Are you Muslim?
No, but I want
I'm gonna launch a podcast
because I have a lot of friends who are Muslim, and maybe I want to because I want to come out.
Do you want to get closer? Hey, have a copy. By the way, can I have a quick? Where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Germany.
From Germany. Okay, and you're from Germany as well? Which part from Germany?
From Cologne.
Huh?
You know Cologne?
Cologne. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want this conversation to be recorded? Do you mind?
What?
Do you mind this conversation to be recorded on camera?
No.
Do you mind or you don't mind?
I don't mind.
Okay, that's fine.
That's my bad.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's have this. So you are from Cologne, you told me, yeah?
And lots of my friends are Muslims.
Yeah, many friends who are Muslims. Okay, that's
All
good.
of my friends.
Okay, that's good. We're happy having you here with us today. Yalla, are you ready, Ajabi? What? Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I need to tell me, if you can tell me about your faith. What do you believe? Are you Christian? You know, what's your faith?
So
Just give us some seconds.
I was born like in a Christian family,
Okay.
but I don't like have a really religion where I identify myself with.
Okay.
Yes.
And what about you? You the same thing? Yeah. So the question is, what's your name?
Lasse.
Lasse. And your name? Lota.
Yes.
Okay. So Lasse and Lota. Now, if Islam makes sense to you, both,
Yes.
will you accept to be Muslim?
If I want to read the Quran,
That's fine. You will read the Quran. But my point is, if Islam makes sense to you,
yes,
will you accept to be Muslim?
I will. Yes.
Yeah? So if I prove to you now, Islam makes sense. If I prove to you now, Islam is the true faith of God, will you accept to be Muslim today?
Not today.
Why not? I'm saying that makes sense to me, to you.
Yes.
Meaning, yes, it makes sense.
Yes.
Meaning, yeah, in your mind you say, yes, that makes sense. Yeah? Yeah?
So-
Shall we have like a deal to say? Yeah, if it makes sense, yeah, because the truth is to be embraced. Am I right? So if there is something which is true, you have to follow it. Yes? Am I right? The truth to be followed.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yes. Of course.
Okay. So if Islam makes sense to you, you will accept to be Muslim. But
So I will, yes, but I want to read more of the Quran to convert.
That's fine.
Yes.
What I wanted to do to you today, you know, let's have a conversation. Just give us some second, please. We have an important conversation. No, they're not
We don't
Muslim.
have like much time, but like we have 2 minutes.
Okay, we have 5 minutes. Give me just 5 minutes. Yeah. Basically, Islam, we believe as Muslims, Islam is the faith that God has revealed to all the prophets and messengers. All the prophets and messengers, they came for this mission to convey the message of God to the people. Yes? That's the duty of all the prophets and messengers. So that's why us as Muslims, we believe Moses was a Muslim, we believe Jesus was a Muslim, Muhammad was a Muslim. All of them, they were Muslims because they came to convey. والله يا شيخ والله شوفي لي هذا اللي ورا اللي عندك، هذا الموجود أنا عندي، هذا اللي أنا راح أعكر عليه. So yeah, so yeah, so you see here. So what is the meaning of Islam? Islam means submitting to God. Anyone who submits his will to the will of God is a Muslim. Anyone who submits his will to the will of God is a Muslim. Now, the question is, what was Jesus saying? For example, you told me you came from a Christian background. Jesus said, for example, when he was in the garden the night before he was taken, he said, let it be not my will but yours. Which means Jesus doesn't have independent will. His will was depending on God, yes? So that's the meaning of submission in Islam. So Islam means submission to God. So now, from the sources, which is, for example, Christianity, we understand that Jesus actually was a Muslim by the definition, because he was submitting to the one God. Same thing was Moses, same thing was all the prophets and messengers. It makes sense. Now the final revelation from God is the Quran. Yeah. Now the last thing, so that I'm saying to you, when you read the Quran, you will find amazing information
talking about the oneness of God, talking about worshipping this one God, talking about to follow no one but one God. Now you see here, this Quran, this translation could prove the Quran. Now, the Quran, if we prove the Quran is from God, then we prove that Muhammad is a prophet and messenger of God, yes? Now, the next step. How we know that this book came from God? We will use assumptions. Either the Quran was inspired by the devil, meaning the devil inspired this to Muhammad and or the Quran inspired or was done by Muhammad, he himself, he put things together, he made his own information in order to mislead the people to be followed, or the Quran was revealed from God to him. Do you have any other option? Yeah? Do you understand my point? Do you understand? So let's talk about the first option. If the Quran was inspired by the devil, then we open the Quran, we find that the devil throughout the Quran being cursed by God. So God keep cursing the devil again and again. Yeah? So cursing the devil. Now how come if it was inspired by the devil, how come that a book to curse him? It doesn't make sense, yes? So it's definitely not from the devil. Now if the Quran was done, the work of Muhammad, peace be upon him, you will find in the Quran, Allah has criticized Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam certain thing, a minor mistakes. He said, why have you done this? It is best to do it in this way. So he will tell him to do certain things and tell him not to do certain things. So if it was the work of Muhammad, will he put himself to be criticized in the book that to be followed? No. So then, what was the last option?
So he didn't say it's from God. It's from God.
Now, does it make sense to you that this book came from God? Does it make sense to you that Muhammad is a prophet and messenger of God? Does it make sense to you? So, if you believe, now we'll ask the question again. You believe in one God, yes? Yes, you believe in one God? You believe Jesus was a prophet of God? He wasn't God. He was sent by God. Do you believe this? Do you believe this? Do you understand the meaning of this? What's the meaning of prophet in German? Prophet. Jesus, prophet of God. Do you believe this? Okay. That means we are on one page. The last thing, to believe that Muhammad is a prophet and messenger of God. The last and final messenger. Do you accept this after we discuss? So that means, my brother, you technically are a Muslim. But basically, that's how it is. You technically are a Muslim, but you need to take the step to be an official Muslim. The Shahada. Exactly. So we read before. So that's why you need to testify there is no one worthy to be worshipped except Allah, and to testify that Muhammad is a messenger of Allah. If you did this, you will be official Muslim, and you will be part of this 2 billion Muslims on earth. All of them will believe in one God. All of them will worship this one God. All of them that we follow the commandments of God, and which was revealed upon the prophets and messengers of God, Jesus, Moses, and Muhammad, peace be upon all of them. Do you accept?
Yes.
Okay. So then, do the Shahada.
Yes, but I don't know what today. I want to read more. I want to know a lot of it.
I understand. My point is, the beauty of Islam, what you know, you implement, and you go to the next step. So you know now there is one God. You know now Muhammad is a prophet of God. Take the Shahada. This is the first step. Now you have the whole life to search and read the Quran. You have the whole life. Do that. You take it and take information as much as you want, and we will be there to teach you, to help you. We have no problem to do that. But take the first step, which is the Shahada first, and then after that you will be searching Islam from within Islam, not an outsider. You understand? So, and that's why Islam, Allah is telling us to ponder upon the Quran, to read the Quran, to open the Quran, to understand the Quran. This is what Allah is telling us. Allah is not telling us to have blind following, not to close our eyes and just to follow. Allah is commanding us to open the Quran, to read. So you have the whole life. Just take the step of the Shahada now, and then after that you said you have the whole life to do your research, and we are there to help you. We'll be more than happy to do that.
So I promise you, I will say the Shahada, but I want to do it at home with. I have one friend of mine who's a really strict Muslim, so he read the Quran. And so I said to him, I also talk about a lot of him about it. So if I say the Shahada, I want to do it.
Your friend, I will tell you something. Your friend, if he knows that you took Shahada, will be happy for you.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know why? Because now if you delay it, do you guarantee your life until you see your friend? friend. Do you guarantee? Do you guarantee to live until to see him? Do you or you don't?
No, it's not 100%.
It's not 100%. So that's why do what is you are sure of, and then when you see him again, repeat the shahada in front of him again. Then do that. It's fine. We'll see him. But for now, do what you know now, because we don't guarantee our life. If we guarantee our life, we'll do. No problem. But we don't guarantee. You may go with a flight and the flight collapse. So we don't know. We don't know what's happened. Yes? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. But I really wanted to do it at my home. So I want to say the shahada.
Why not today?
Because I don't. Today is not my feeling. So
You see here, I believe it's your feeling, but if you are ready, just do it. Because the issue is already. Do you know how we know you're ready? By the question that I asked you. Do you believe in one God? You said yes. You believe in Jesus, peace be upon him, to be a prophet sent by God? You said yes. Do you believe that Muhammad is a prophet and Messenger of God? Then you're already ready. It's not. I'm not introducing something to you, rather than the things that you are already knows. You're already aware. Does that make sense?
I'm very sorry, but I have to decline.
May Allah guide you. The guidance from Allah Azza wa Jal. But we are happy having a conversation with you, and I wish as well you will have a pleasant return to Germany. What about her? What about you?
I think she has the same thing.
She's the same thing. You decide on her behalf. What about you?
She don't speak English, so she says the same.
Okay. So what I want from you, try your best as well to get together and do the right thing, inshallah. Do you want to have any? If you have any question, I'm a teacher, and you could take my number if you want. And if you have any question, you could ask me if you want to do that. You have someone there to ask? Okay. All right, my brother. Do you want to have any other of the questions?
Thank you very much.
All right. Look after yourself. Assalamu alaikum. May Allah guide you and make it easy for you. Allah يعافيك. الله يبارك فيك. جزاك الله خير. الحمد لله. الله يبارك من الأردن. الله يبارك. ونعم الله يحييك. جزاك الله خير. First of all, we ask Allah to guide the brother to Islam. That's what we can. There is nothing we can do except we make dua for him. He was close to take shahada, but sometimes people they take it on their own base. May Allah Azza wa Jal, guide him and make it easy for him and make the journey to Islam easy for him. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.